Community leaders call for separation of Nipa Kutubu. Divine Word University to increase fees in 2022. And a new TVET facility for girls in Moresby South. Good evening and welcome. This is Monday's news. I'm Kilawani. More support is being echoed for the separation of Nipa Kutubu electorate in Southern Highlands province. Leaders say a voice in Parliament will address the lack of service delivery to Kutubu, Bosavi and Mount Sisa local level governments, which have suffered for years. This follows a submission presented by community leaders of Kutubu and Bosavi to the Electoral Boundary Commission recently.
Hundreds gathered to witness an event never staged before. It was a call to separate the Nipa Kutubu electorate. An electorate overpopulated, boasts a huge landmass and sees little to no service delivery in areas like Kutubu and Bosavi. An elite says the move is not against the government of Southern Highlands and Nipa Kutubu MP, but for a mouthpiece in Parliament.
People in Nogat one block cross long, member Nipa Kutubu, governor Southern Highlands. But me block sure time block COVID-19 na mani no big blood na you know na block extending this lahanu kamo ogi na man posave. Me block Kutubu mas kiji kimi baksat bat Kutubu el na kesi staff so right. Lili grastin disa me block kesi staff. So one time you make him June not make him so 2022. Me block la go election. Kama me one man Kutubu na go represent him the parliament.
President of Kutubu LG John Killer says the people in Bosavi have suffered for years. With the proposal outlining the need to separate the electorate, he adds levels of government to hear the plight of the people. President Killer says now is the time.
Me call him Governor of Southern Highlands, Honorable William Powie. Me call him Honorable Prime Minister Pabu Nigini, Honorable James Marabe. Saboti me. Happy na wari blo mi blo long Kutubu. Na Mount Bosavi, katim bandri blo mibla. Mibla kisim penny na. No kat one blank government service. Kam long le Kutubu. Road blo mibla in Bagarap. Poroman junction to le Kutubu na igo finish lo Mount Bosavi. Mibla stablon dark yet.
The cry for Kutubu, Mount Bosavi and Mount Sisa LLG began in 2012. Community leaders rallied together for the creation of this new electorate, the Kutubu Bosavi Open. EBC will now process the submission before a report is presented to Parliament.
You plus him bell angry stress. So you plus disturb him this land so. Also me talk finish. Me plus no come to game but me plus come to help him na support him na sim tintin play you plus.
The submission was presented to members of the Electoral Boundary Commission in front of hundreds.
A light is just about to sail behind the tunnel. Thank you, Lord people. Please make sure that this paper goes down to the floor of Parliament.
Jagla Power Jr., National EMTV News.
Student fees at the Divine Word University in Madang will increase in 2022. President Father Philip Gibbs says the University Council made the decision in 2019 but put it off due to COVID-19. Martha Lewis reports from Madang.
Divine Word University president says the university has not been getting support from the government. They were supposed to get over 13 million kina from the government, but received only 1 million kina this year. The university needs at least 3 million kina to run its operations on a monthly basis.
What we're going to have to do from now on is to borrow money each month in order to keep going, in order to have the cash to be able to keep going, say for August. Then at the end of August, we'll have to see what we have to borrow in order to get it through September, to pay for the mess, power, light, wages, that sort of thing. And so we're going to have to go month by month now to try to make it through to the end of the year by borrowing. And as you know, when you borrow money, you've got to pay it back.
Father Philip says the University Council has decided to increase the fees because the cost of living has also gone up. Also, the current fees students are paying is subsidized fees, meaning at the moment students are paying 10,000 kina per year when it is really costing the university 25,000 kina annually for a student.
We charge them 10,000, but we find somewhere money to cover the other 15,000. For MBBS students, the doctoral students, it's costing over 50,000 kina per student for the tuition, for accommodation, food, and different other things, the costs. The IT, the lighting, the power, the water, and so on. So it costs over 50,000 kina for a medical student. We at the moment are charging them 12,000. We're going to charge them 18,000, but still we're subsidising about 30,000 kina. The university finds the money to just subsidise it. Well, our means of finding subsidies has gone down.
The president also pointed out that the university has not received from ACAS and TES's government scholarships. The university is now looking at shortening the school year by a few weeks to save money. However, the school may start to borrow money in order to keep the school going.
And the government is normally supposed to subsidise us 13.5 million. This year they've given us 1 million. That's all we've received so far.
The president denied any rumors of the university threatening to terminate students if they speak out on issues concerning the university.
I deny that. I think everyone has a right to protest. Everyone has a right to say what they think is true. So that's not true.
Martha Louise, National EMTV News, Madang.
Meanwhile, the Madang Provincial Hospital is administering the AstraZeneca vaccines at Divine Word University. President Father Philip Gibbs says this is to allow students and staff to get the jab. So far, 200 have signed up.
A team from the Madang Provincial Health Authority was at Divine Word University to administer the vaccines to students and staff. In the first round of jab, the staff and students received their dose at the hospital area, but in the second phase, the team was at the campus to carry out the program.
But with this second round, they want us to come into the institution, so we are here at the university to give those second dose, and if any first dose wants to come, they can come and get their vaccination.
President of the DW, Father Philip Gibbs, say it is fair to see a lot of staff and students getting vaccinated. He says the university is encouraging students and employees to get vaccinated due to the new deadly Delta variant that has reached PNG.
We'd be blind to think that it won't come here as well. It will surely come here. And so it's a matter of protecting everyone and starting with ourselves, but then thinking of the people we work with, our families, who are the other people that are here. And so that's why we've been really encouraging people to get vaccinated.
Madang COVID-19 vaccination coordinator Jennifer Simon says the vaccination rollout started off with the selection of 10 health centers in the 6 districts.
One is Madang General Hospital, Bogia Health Center, Gusap Health Center, Galvin Health Center, District Hospital actually. 10 facilities like Ayom in Middle Ramu, Anabeg in Middle Ramu, and Walium in Usinabuni district.
Despite awareness, people are still hesitant to get the vaccine. Thus, health centers have also stopped their campaigns. Gaubin Lutheran Hospital and Gusap Health Center are the only 2 health facilities still carrying out the program with Madang Provincial Hospital. Madang has only covered 39% of the province due to fear, apart from logistical support.
Me like him also, masih full-time vehicle, na permanent staff or additional staff to do it. At the moment, we are dividing the, how many? 10 of us. 6 volunteers plus the force of permanent officers from the office, Provincial Health Office, Family Health, and we are 10. But we can't do everything.
Meanwhile, Divine Word University president is encouraging people to get the vaccine to protect themselves against the new variant virus, adding people must not be complacent. Martha Louise, National EMTV News, Madang.
The Seventh-day Adventist Church in Western Highlands Province has embraced the national government's small and medium enterprises policy. Pastor Andrew Opis said the church has developed a strategic plan to support the government's vision. It started with the training and graduation of more than 300 participants with SME certificates.
More than 300 participants, far as Jimmy in Jiwaka province, and people all over Western Highlands attended this SME training. The participants include SDA faithfuls and others who were interested for the opportunity. Almost 80% of them are in the informal sector. The training will equip them with SME skills and empower them to move from informal to formal sector.
Just from the simple little training, okay. Long Mipla, it is a revolutionary activity that we were taking towards reviving the economy of this country.
So you can work on business good. So you can help him, you play it. You help him on Lily Magi now school and you help him on Narla Linus and you to them or Stablo Narla provinces local country.
The SDA Union Mission's strategic plan is to continue to preach the gospel, to provide education and health services, to involve more in people and culture, and provide an holistic empowerment to people by connecting government's plans and visions and provide opportunities for its church members.
We would like to diffuse those myths. Now, making you look savvy and you are the greatest resource for Papua New Guinea. Your family, your district, your province, your church.
The participants were also taught other life skill trainings such as poultry and beekeeping. The main focus is for the people to have discipline and work ethics, manage their money well, and give a holistic approach so that they can be patriotic about their government and the country.
Skills when you kiss it. Skills when you kiss him, but you go, and you make him. Look, I'm an agent of change inside the community, but you make.
Vasunatha Yama, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
60 vendors in Port Moresby will showcase a range of fresh produce, handicraft, clothes and jewelry in an SME fair. To be hosted this Friday, the NCD SME Fair is an avenue for informal sector businesses to showcase their products. It is organized by NCDC with the aim to train, promote and support local SMEs in the nation's capital. The first fair will be staged by Garden Hills community. Other fairs will be held monthly and will culminate into a mega city expo. EMTV News continues with more stories when we come back. Stay with us. Welcome back to the news. A customary land advocate, Dr. One Rageau, says there is a need for a homegrown law that best suits PNG. He believes the current laws adopted from Western nations don't carry the spirit of what the land means to indigenous landowners.
The adopted foreign land concepts are currently the Land Acts of the National Parliament. That makes them look like it is good for us. But when you look at the law of the customary land, we haven't written anything about the customary land, and that's a problem we have. Why we're taking that into due significant importance is that the law of the customary land is our representation, our identity. If we know the identity of our landowners to the customary land, then we are pretty certain that that is the way forward for landowners to do business or project development.
And we'll bring more on that interview with Bradley Valenaki after the news. The Mary Help of Christians Technical Institute received a partnership funding of 270,000 kina from member for Moresby South Justin Chechenko and NCD Governor Powis Pakop today. The funding will go towards building TVET facilities to accommodate skills trainings for girls. As a start, the Technical Institute aims to enroll 120 girls next year.
The Mary Help of Christian Technical Institute is a new institute funded by the German Ministry for Cooperation and Development. The institute received a check of 270,000 kina as part of the government share in the funding partnership. Project Director Sister Alice Fulgencio says the money received will be used to start up the operation of the institute,
and which we hopefully will be able to help us for the first 3 years, and after that we should be able to be sustainable on our own. So this is really a very big help for us, and this is something that the German ministry is really very happy about, this partnership and this cooperation.
The institute will provide high quality and advanced technical vocational skills with emphasis on values and good work ethics to non-selected grade 10 and grade 12 students, which will lead them to find suitable employment. The institution will use the PNG TVET curriculum for its programs and will follow the FORD program. Meanwhile, member for Moresby South Justin Chechenko says the Catholic Church has done a lot for PNG, investing their time, effort and energy without fear or favor.
Mary Help of Christians is one of those special sections or special parts of the Catholic education process that is now going to help our young women under the age of 25 in Moresby South get a better life, a better education, and a step forward like they've never had before. And I thank the Catholic Church and especially all those involved with Mary Help of Christians. Let's give them a big round of applause.
NCD Governor Powis Pakop also shared same views and says the government must do more.
For the government, we have to shape up. We have to set standard and be able to deliver quality education like the Catholic Church. We also have Jubilee Secondary School, newly established at the Hola. Another testimony to the collaboration and the great effort of the Catholic Church.
The courses that will be offered are hospitality operation, commercial cookery, office administration and tailoring. The institute will start enrollment next month and will open next year. Podivai, National EMTV News.
Another story from the Moresby South electorate. Women residing at Konedobu and Ranuguri received their registered association's seed capital on Friday. The seed capital was presented by the Member of Parliament. The money will now be used to advance MSME business and other needs such as education.
Every opportunity to make a living cannot be wasted, and getting everyone organized for support to further improve one's standard of living is of the utmost importance. The Moresby South District Women's Desk has been in the past few months traveling across the communities in the electorate to support women who are keen on making an honest living for themselves and their families. Women from Koni and Ranuguri were present over the weekend on Friday to receive seed capital for their associations.
Ranuguri Women's Association is affiliated under the umbrella association called Ranuguri Settlement Poverty Reduction Association. Ward 2, MIPLA got slightly over 700 women in our umbrella association.
For the women from Ranuguri, they have experience in MSME business, but still lack some capacity to further their small businesses. That's where women like President of the Ranuguri Women's Association, Philomena Kevaro, is helping to get the allocated funding to these women in the district.
People of Ranuguri, most of the women are from Gulf. Though we live in a settlement in Port Moresby, most have a rich grade 10 level. I'm a teacher by profession, but I live in the settlement and go to work. So living among them, I see that SME is an opportunity. They know how to make little markets. Only several market, but the bigger picture of it, a monogat idea.
It is not an easy task living in the city, but having an honest living and progressing in life is what most people desire as a positive outcome. And having access to funds and getting organized into registered associations will help in improving current status quo in the community.
Empowering you and your husbands and your sons to do bigger and better things through the association. Remember, the association, you can also go to other government departments, you can go to private business houses, private businesses, and also put your proposals for assistance for your projects and your activities and your programs to them.
The women in Ranuguri are confident they can help each other achieve positive outcomes from their cooperation and improve their communities.
We got a commitment, and then today we plakam Naksim seat capital. I think we got the highest, so we decided we already have meetings to decide what we got to do with the money that we got.
Frelis Sukina, National EMTV News.
It is no secret, COVID-19 has been challenging for many small businesses, but one lady has refused to let the situation dictate her life. Rising above the odds, Nipa Kutubu had to start from scratch again to get back on her feet, creating Yanua Kitchen, responsible for producing the most delicious homemade jams in Milne Bay Province.
That shuttle plane by CIS.
Nipa Kutubu runs Yanua Kitchen from home.
I started my jam business here in Milne Bay in April last year. This was during the early stages of COVID-19.
Home is in Alotau Town, Milne Bay Province. She produces homemade jam. Nipa started making jams when their tourism business was hit financially.
So you know how the tourism industry was really hit here, as Milne Bay being one of the most visited places for cruise ships. So everyone here mostly makes their income from the cruise ships with their tours and dancing and all that stuff. So when our business was hit financially, I got into jam making.
She had to think quickly on how to sustain the family.
It's more like a skill at home thing that I did with my grandparents back then. So I was thinking maybe we should do something in the food industry to earn an income. So we started doing ice blocks and popcorns outside a school near our home. But then the school started closing off food sales and everything. So I just started making jams. I was like, I'm gonna make jams and I'll give it a go and see if people will buy it. So when I started, someone just was like, oh, can I just buy the entire batch that you did? And then I was like, okay, how about I just make some labels and try to see if it'll get people's attention. And eventually it did.
With the support from the Milne Bay SME Inc., Nipa is able to improve her packaging and labeling.
With the help of Rona here and at Milne Bay Organic, she helped me with the jars. And then my processing takes place in a way where I have 3 stages. So I process the fruits, and I do a lot of fruits like the citrus fruits, the pineapples, and I've done watermelon jams and all those, anything that I can find in the market. And yeah, I do everything at home.
Nipa is pleased with the success of a small business so far, hoping to increase to a bigger scale. One of her challenges is sourcing the fruits.
Because in order to make one jar, I need at least 4 pomelos to make 1 jar. So the market can be quite expensive at times. So I like to go out into the village and buy from the village people.
Despite certain challenges, she is optimistic about the future of Yanua Kitchen and has this advice for everyone.
I would like to encourage a lot of young people out there, during this time of stress and all this quarantine stuff happening, don't put your energy into doing stuff that's going to harm you or anybody else. Get into agriculture.
If you would like to purchase these delicious homemade jams that comes in different flavors, including the starfruit, you can find Yanua Kitchen on Facebook. Yanua Kitchen is a member of the Milne Bay SME Inc., an organization that consists of 12 financial member businesses and groups. Businesses range from cooperative societies, creative associations, tourism service providers, tour operators and small-scale manufacturers, all of which are PNG-owned with 80% female entrepreneurs. Shamit Poriambe of National EMTV News.
And now looking at the Nest Fund market report, the Kina closed unchanged at $0.2850 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina will buy $0.2775 $0.3724 Australian dollars, $0.2276 euro and 30.06 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee and copper closed higher, cocoa closed lower, palm oil and copper closed higher, crude oil is trading lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed at 238.20 points higher. The ASX 200 is trading at 1.10 points lower. The All Ordinaries is trading at 2.20 points higher.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The PRK Mendy Muruks trashed the CPG Dabaris with a 7-try haul in the round 8 doubleheader match of the Intercity Cup. A strong performance by the Muruks established a 38-4 victory over the Dabaris yesterday at the Oil Search National Football Stadium.
Michael back on the inside.
Sitting second on the ladder out of 12 teams, the PRK Mendy Muruks stomped the Dabaris, notifying the team's campaign for a premiership this year.
Keep it going. Balkawa, Nelson has got support on the outside, decides to angle back and will spins around and...
With a stellar showdown by the Avs in combination with the backs, Muruks sledged Dabaris to all 7 tries. Muruks coach Roderick Puname was thrilled with the team's performance. He says the team will continue the momentum heading into finals.
It's good for us because the last 3 games we've got the Gurias, the Tigers and the Vipers, so that should actually give us a fair indication of where we are going into the finals. So it'll be good, like I said, no disrespect to the Barriers or all that, but if we put up that same performance against those 3 teams, I think we will be on the losing end. And that's the fact. So that's something we really need to work on.
Muruks escaped a narrow loss against the Croton Ella Wigmen last week to face the Dabaris. The Petroleum Resources Kutubu-sponsored side showcased a dominant performance over the CPG Dabaris. Coach Puname was delighted with his men's defensive effort.
Something we really spoke about last week against the Wigmen. There were areas in our games in defense that we didn't do quite well. So that was something we went back and we worked on. So it was a positive sign.
The CPG Dabaris have been inconsistent since the competition began, with new players debuting every week. Dabaris spine featuring Junior Bello, Nicky Yasu and Dobby Michael were no match for the Roderick Puname coached Muruks side. The PRK Mendy Muruks were too strong for the Dabaris, humiliating them with a 38-4 victory.
I thought we were outclassed today. I mean, we didn't have answers, we didn't turn up to play. I mean, they didn't time week in, week out again. Our halves are not just playing our game plan. So, I mean, if you don't follow game plan, then, I mean, that's the result you get, yeah.
Meanwhile, the Muruks will face the Egmak Rabaul Gurias in the round 9 clash of the Intercity Cup. Coach Puname says the team will emphasize more on ball control to face the Gurias.
We still have a fair bit to work on, especially in our attack. The score could have gone up a fair bit more if we were patient with the ball and all that sort of thing. So it's good to get the win, but coming next week against the Gurias, we need to work on our ball control a little bit more.
Suli Trukai Sports.
Nelson Ye, the younger brother of former SP Hunters forward and current Queensland Capras prop Mackenzie Ye, scored a hat-trick to help Mendy Muruks beat Central Dabaris 38-4 in round 8 of the Intercity Cup.
Mendy Muruks' second rower Nelson Ye opened the scoring with an individual effort in the opening minutes of the game. Yei, who later scored 2 tries, says he is following the footsteps of his elder brother and current Queensland Capras prop Mackenzie Yei. The wrecking forward has been instrumental for the Muruks this season.
All the game them lantas na disel ka misa like lo team misa tindi lo benim like magblem. So now me benim like magblem lo mi tindi lo go through and them. Me tamas lo performance lo mi lo slap 2021.
Muruks coach Roderick Puname was impressed with Jan Nelson's performance. Yei was also awarded the player of the match for helping his side to edge the Dabaris.
Nelson's been playing consistent, but he's been assisted by his other teammates on the field as well. So he's been performing consistently. So hopefully he keeps it up for the next couple of games.
Yei scored a hat-trick for Muruks in yesterday's victory over the Dabaris with a 34-point margin. He aims to take the PRK Mendi Muruks to claim the 2021 minor premiership.
All the boys were in the Logonchet game, Loxim Slamana Prima. Last game, 2020, I'm black am lost. Same block of again. Now I'm black time Logonchelo final, make him slack up, lost like 2021.
Suli, Trukai Sports.
And that ends Trukai Sports. The weather report is next. All the details after the break.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
Weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow. Southern region, Port Moresby, cloudy periods with chances of patchy rain. Daru, cloudy periods with brief showers possible. Kerma, cloudy with rain showers. Alotau, few showers and possible thunderstorm. Popondetta, cloudy with patchy rain. In the Momase region, Ley, cloudy with few showers. Madang, cloudy with brief showers. Wewak, partly cloudy with few morning showers. Vanimo, partly cloudy periods. For the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, partly cloudy with chances of brief showers. Kavieng, Kokopo, Rabaul, Kimbe and Buka, partly cloudy with few showers. In the Highlands region, all centres cloudy with some showers, then morning fog.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
And that's the news, sports and weather for today, Monday, 26th of July, 2021. Until next time, be safe, pleasant viewing. Bye for now.